Hey everyone, Anna Kruger here with Sparking Progress, and today we're going to talk about something a little different, a tool that I love and something that I want to make accessible to you this holiday season. All right, well, you may or may not have heard of the tool StrengthsFinder. It's a tool that I love, and it's because it does exactly what it sounds like. It helps you find your strengths. I like to call them superpowers. Well, why does this matter? Well, they've done a study, and Gallup, who created the tool StrengthsFinder, is an international company. So they have studied this internationally, and what they found is people who know and use their strengths are 12% more profitable. Businesses that use strengths have 65% less turnover. So think of that if you have a team, or even if you're just yourself in your business like I am. What that tells me is I'm more likely to stick with it in the long term if I'm approaching it through my strengths. So 65% less turnover. You're also 600% more engaged in work. So let me ask you watching this, what would happen in your business if you were 600% more engaged than you are today? What would that do for you? They also show that when you are aware of your strengths and using them intentionally, you're happier, marriages are better, parenting goes better, friendships are better. And I've seen this in my own life. I was introduced to this tool in 2013 to get a job. And it actually makes me a little angry because they had me take the assessment, but no one went over it with me. So I took the assessment, I read the report and stuck it in a drawer. Well, in 2017, I was really unhappy in my career. And what's funny is it's a career I created, right? I'm in my own job. And I was really unhappy. And I didn't know, is this a contentment problem? Or is this a sign that maybe I'm in the wrong career field? And how do I know? There's a lot of things in our businesses that we can evaluate, right? Like I can look at lead conversion metrics or a profit and loss statement. But how do I look at a measurement of my attitude, right? Do I just have a bad attitude, or am I maybe not in the right role and discontent? Like, how do I know? So in 2017, 4 years after I heard of the tool, I hired a strengths coach, which I now am because I love it so much. But at the time, I did not have the knowledge. And so I hired a StrengthsFinder coach. And in 3 sessions, he helped me figure out I did not need to leave my career. I did not need to shut down my business. I simply need to change the approach that I took in my business. And he figured that out through strengths. And so I tweaked some of the ways I approach my business. I tweaked how I do lead conversion. I tweak how I present my content. And quite frankly, I'm a lot happier than I was back in 2017. I make more money than I did. I actually work less hours. I'm a lot happier, joyful. I feel like I'm helping people in a way that matters to me. And I've also seen this with clients. One of my coaching clients was struggling to set 2 appointments a month. After 3 months, he was setting 8 appointments a week. So let me say that again. He was setting 2 appointments a month. After diving into his strengths, he was setting 8 appointments a week. So that is the business reason why strengths matter, forgetting all the personal stuff about happiness and contentment and all that good stuff. So what I realized is I love teaching StrengthsFinder to people and going over coaching sessions with people. But a lot of you out there aren't real familiar with this tool, and you may not be ready to invest in one-on-one coaching. So for the holidays, I decided to do something I've never done before. I don't know if I'll do it again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I decided to develop something called a tiny course. It's a 30-minute video, and I basically go over what are all the things that we would talk about if we were in a one-on-one coaching session to get started. So, in a coaching session, it's hyper customized and personalized based off the person's goals. But for everyone, when they're new to something, there has to be some baseline conversation of how do you use this tool? What reports should you look at? What questions should you ask yourself, and how should you be thinking about it? And that's pretty much the same for everyone I coach the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of a call, depending on the conversation. So what I did is I recorded what that would sound like if we were on a coaching call together, and I'm making it available to you for $47. That is typically a lot more if you're working with me in a one-on-one coaching call. So you essentially can get the knowledge that you would get in the front end of a coaching call, but now you're getting it in the version of an on-demand tiny course for $47. I think it's fun. Also, I love the name Tiny Course. How fun is that? So what this means, there's another factor here to think about. So it would assume you've taken the Strengths Finder assessment. Now, if you're watching this thinking, I don't even know what you're talking about, don't worry. In the tiny course, I show you where to go to take the assessment, how long it should take, and all that. So if you've never taken the assessment, you will want to do that, and that's $24.99 on the Gallup website. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not the one collecting that money. You could never buy anything from me, and that's still something you're required to do from Gallup if you want to know your strengths. So that would be $24.99. If you've already taken your strengths, don't worry about it. You already have your report. And then $47 gives you access to the content in the class that I taught in the tiny course. So I hope that this is something you can grab and walk into the new year knowing your strengths. Strengths has changed my life, truly. I just recorded an hour-long podcast today on that topic of all of the ways strengths has really helped my life. And so I really want to give this to you for the holidays, and I wanted to make it more accessible for those of you that might not be ready to do coaching, or maybe that's not in your finances right now, but you really want to know more. So check it out and come find me in the tiny course. Check out the video I made for you and learn more about your strengths walking into the new year. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.